What's up, everyone? How's it going? Welcome to today's pre-market analysis. Let's dive straight into this. Our PC was kind of bugging today, so we did hop on a bit late, but let's dive in it. Market's already open, and let's start. Let's start working. Let me just give me 1 second. All right, let's do this. I just need to share the link on Discord, and we'll start right away. But let's go ahead and take a look at the news. Let's go. Dude, my PC is hella slow today for some reason. I don't even know why. Should have been live earlier, but nothing we can do now. Duh, duh, duh. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and check out the news real quick. And as you see, we don't really have much news today. At 9 a.m., we do have existing home sales. So maybe we take off 9 a.m. That's the plan. Yeah, we have existing home sales and existing US existing home sales, as you see here. So likely gonna be careful at 9 a.m., but nothing should be too significant. Or maybe this 9 a.m. news affects price. If we see a setup, we likely will hold through, but likely more than not a 2 minute interval at 9. But other than that, there's not really any significant news that we really have to worry about. Now hopping onto the main monitor, let's start right away with our analysis. As you see, right upon market open, we did break all-time highs once again. Right before market open, 820. And now we're seeing selling pressure occur. So who knows, maybe this could have been a swept with continued selling pressure. Similar like what we saw yesterday, we saw that selling pressure continue after a sweep of the all-time high. Maybe that selling pressure continues, or maybe we continue going up. Once we've identified that, we can simply play along the day. So analysis itself shouldn't be too difficult here today. And let's just complete it quickly so we can start trading live. I'm not trying to be on this live for too long, simply because market did open. I'm trying to look for opportunities. Let's keep going. I wouldn't consider it as such, but definitely liquidity at those portions. Let's go. 1 hour. We do have 1 hour demand. You have a 1 hour demand there. Which happened to be the flip of a supply, aggressive supply that is as well. See this 1 hour start to pop up, come back into that relative location. And because of that relative location area, from that bounce, I moved that up. And now we're just seeing that continuation towards the upside. We need to identify if you bounce from view up here and continue heading higher, or if price would like to head lower. I mean, nothing else you can really work with to a reasonable extent. Yesterday we had a high volatility with all the sell-off, and we moved that much. I don't know if we're gonna have as much volume and volatility here today. Ooh, we are seeing buyer absorption right now. I might enter a live trade here. I don't know, I'm gonna see. 6372 FI target. I might gauge this trade. 1920. We're still levitating at that level. I do want to see a reaction off of such. We do have key bookmap level at 6355. And we have a small barrier here at 6360, which would be our target, which does align with this liquidity. But as you see, we are starting to see some buyer absorption there, right at that point where we're at that liquidity on bookmap. Definitely wanting to see how we react here. Definitely could be a possibility. Creating lots of volume here. Buyers are coming in. Buyers are coming in. Alright. We're at that level. We're actually breaking through this passive area. Sellers weren't able to come in with strength. So this trade would not have worked out simply because of that absorption that we saw. We did not see any reaction off of such, which would have led us to move down. But we do see a bookmap level here at 6380. And 6385 is very significant as well. So definitely gonna head to either location. I would prefer the short side simply because of that buyer absorption we saw, but since we've broken the barrier we partially broke the barrier, as you can see here. I wouldn't be too inclined to it. It needs more time to sit, more time to see a reaction. But I mean, let's continue with our charting. 30-minute, this could be considered a 30-minute zone. And I'm honestly gonna take out the 4 hour zone that we're seeing at the all-time highs for two reasons. It's not the highest quality and it's at all-time high region. We should already be careful in logging to a decent extent at that point. I'm no longer looking for shorts. And you see that 30-minute there, that would have been much more viable and we did break above it. So it's just its all-time high region is holding. 15-minute. Not seeing anything crazy there as well. Now we're just on the 5-minute, but I do want to go ahead and mark out a volume profile real quick, simply to get a better idea as to where price may be attracted. We are seeing selling start to kick in. There to book map liquidity 6360. Looks like it will play out, but now it wouldn't make sense in the risk to reward mindset. It's only 16 ticks away. Mm, Might be able to get a decent entry here. No, it's negative risk reward. I'm not trying to take it. Didn't really see absorption there per se as well. I'm expecting sellers to come in, head to the bottom. Now we have passive location as well, so if we enter here, we can, hold on. If we enter there, we can place stop right about this 6367.5 area, so right around there. Targeting book map liquidity 6360. So right here, want to sellers are unable to push through. They're not pushing through strength. Alright, you know what? Let's just ignore that and complete our analysis. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Volume here distributed throughout. I'm just trying to see a bigger idea. We do see the majority of the volume is here, and once we've broken above that level, we're starting to generate a bit of volume near these all-time high area. All-time higher, there's volume in this area. If we break down, we can maybe head to this 1 hour region where we want to see another reaction. Let that volume profile load, let that volume profile. There we go, same thing we're seeing. Yeah, I think that's all we'll get from the volume profile. I mean, it simply told us that if we fall down, we likely can continue falling down until this area, unless we see any bookmap liquidity, of course. And right now, it does seem that we might be making a selling momentum action. So definitely gonna keep my eyes out for that. If we reject from this 30-minute, we do reject from the 30-minute, but we might head down to that 6360 area before we do so. So just keeping an eye out for that. We did sweep upper liquidity, so it is leading me on towards that. But what we're seeing also is that lots of aggressive selling, lots of aggressive sellers are trying to come in here at this area, but as you can see, they're stalling here quite a bit. Lots of volume is being generated, and yeah. Ooh, I might enter sells here actually. I know I keep saying that, but I keep seeing things on bookmap that keeps making me want to enter. 1.73 risk reward. Alright, we're gonna enter in 6364. Stop loss at 637.5. We entered in, we're simply targeting the 6360.5. Simply took profit really quickly. That was a quick trade. That was a super quick trade. It played out very nicely. Entry was at 6364. Stop loss was at 7.5, I think. And take profit was at right there. So it's a 1-to-1 risk to reward. Happened to play out very nicely. Maybe could have kept our stop a bit tighter, but it was a very quick trade. Played out pretty nicely. Under literally under 5 minutes as well. Decent trade. Early book map barrier play. Saw aggressive sellers. No, we saw passive sellers keep trying to move price down. Buyers previously tried to come in but were unable to do so. Aggressive sellers failed once, but after the intro of passive sellers, they were able to continue. They were able to show strength towards the downside, bringing price lower. So that's a pretty small one-to-one risk reward, but it's really high win rate for something like this. I just couldn't get myself to not take it, so we just took it. But it's simply an earlier book map barrier play, retracement style play. I'm just writing some notes simply because I want to let myself know when I'm journaling later in the day or doing the market analysis video what exactly I saw. And if I write down what exactly I saw, maybe I can work with that to shoot. I wasn't supposed to show that. I did not mean to click that at all. How do I cut that out? Alright, that's chill. Doesn't matter. We're coming to. We might enter another play. I'm not even joking. Might be some crazy day for us, right? Two plays early in the day. If we see more buyers come in here and step in that are unable to enter, we might enter another shorts. But watching very carefully to see if that occurs. We are seeing volume at that area. Buyers are stepping in to an extent. This was bookmap liquidity here, so I just want to mark that. Oh, wait then. I'm gonna go on to the 1 minute footprint. I typically don't do this because price action is not that viable at points, but now might actually another short trade might be possible here. Let's see if you enter short again. Stop loss above 6365. Oh yeah, that likely would not work. And then it would be 5-5. 19 takes another one-to-one risk reward. It likely will play out, but it's negative risk reward at this point. Alright, well, I'm gonna go chart NQ off stream. We've already taken one trade. I've showed you guys my dashboard, which I'm not supposed to. I'm gonna cut it out in post session, but for those who have seen it, I don't really care. I'm gonna check the YouTube to see if anyone's watching. Because I wasn't supposed to show my trade of 8. Definitely gonna cut that out. One watching. Yeah, that's chill. Alright, yeah, well, that's gonna be it for today's pre-market. I'm gonna go trade live and crush it. Check out the links in the description for some great free resources. I recommend you guys to check it out. You can definitely get a thing or two out of it for completely free. Highly recommend you guys to check it out. But other than that, I don't have anything else here to say, right? So I'll see you guys later today for market analysis session. we'll recap this trade that we did live today as well. So I guess I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.